Hey you guys, so today is a little bit different than normal. Yesterday I did my virtual training session with my trainers via Zoom, and I felt off. Not like in pain or anything like that, like nothing was hurting. I just felt off mentally a little bit and a little physically. Like I felt like the weights were a lot heavier than normal, but I got through it. It's just, I don't know if it has anything to do with me being on my cycle or if it's stuff going on mentally. I'm not too sure. So today, what I decided to do, I came to the gym, got on the elliptical, did 20 minutes, and then did some stretching. And I think that's going to be it for today. Just take the rest of the day off as far as doing working out type stuff, lifting type stuff, and just come back tomorrow, hopefully feeling a lot better. One of the biggest things that I myself am working on and trying to improve on is listening to my body, not just physically, but mentally, because I struggle with, well, is it really something wrong or is it just me making an excuse because I just don't feel like doing it, right? And so I battle back and forth with that concept a lot because I don't want to just not be doing something because I don't feel like it. For me, that's just not a good enough reason as to not get something done. Everyone has their own threshold, and only you can answer that for yourself. But I have found myself in the past just kind of like chickening out of something simply because I'm just not motivated to do it. And one of the biggest things that I've learned on my weight loss and fitness journey is you still have to show up even when you don't feel like it. And it's in those moments where you get stronger physically, emotionally, mentally, because that's when it's the most challenging. Like, it's easy to show up when you feel like coming. When you feel inspired, it's easy to do that thing, right? Because you're mentally there, you're physically there, like you're just ready. But when you aren't there mentally, when you aren't there emotionally or physically, like it's just a challenge and you still get through it, that's when you build strength. And I'm not saying like physical strength, but like mental strength. That's when you really start to build and develop self-discipline. And so me knowing that and understanding that, sometimes I am trying to figure out, why am I struggling today? Why is today hard? Or, does my body just need a break? Am I coming up with an excuse? So I didn't want to just not do anything. So I decided to come in and do 20 minutes on the elliptical and be done with it. So that's what I did. And the biggest thing I can say is even if you aren't feeling up to it all the way, and not just with working out, like with anything, just do part of it. Just do part of it. Do what you can. Do what you can. If, something's going on outside of your control, maybe you're stressed about family or, I don't know, work, and you're just really not in the space to do the full thing that you need to do. Just show up and do what you can. Because doing what you can is better than doing nothing at all. And I'm learning that. Because before, if I didn't feel up to it, I just wouldn't do anything. Like I would just completely just give up for the day. Like, oh, we'll just try again tomorrow. And I've learned, especially in the gym, that sometimes you just do what you can, and what you can is good enough. So, I hate doing that. It's not the most funnest thing for me. I've also been working on holding myself accountable. I've just really been on like a self-development journey and really just trying to be the best version of myself. But today was just one of those days where I just was like, I'm just going to do what I can and go from there and see what tomorrow brings. I'm still going to eat clean today. I still plan on cooking today and making content and everything. But as far as like physical stuff, weightlifting was just not in it for me today. But I got through cardio. And I kind of felt like my body needed a break yesterday because, like I said, like the weights that my trainer had me using, it just felt heavier than normal. And normally, like, stuff is supposed to be hard. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, the weight should be like so simple. No, no, no. Stuff is supposed to be hard. But I just felt like it was like overly hard. Like, I just felt like my body was really struggling with the weights that I normally use. So I was just like, okay, something's not right. And again, it could be because I'm on my cycle. I don't really know. I don't like to use my cycle as an excuse, but I know that sometimes that's just what comes with being a woman. You know what I mean? Especially because like my cycle is not a very heavy one. I know there are women who have it way worse than me when it comes to dealing with their cycle, way worse cramps, way heavier bleeding, fatigue, nausea. Like some women like really be going through it. And for me, mine, on a grand scheme of things, it's really not that bad. But, you know, it just kind of is what it is. I just have to listen to my body. And I just wasn't feeling it all the way today. So, you know, it is what it is. No voiceover today. But I did want to sit down and talk to you guys because we haven't had like a sit down chit chat in a while. So I figured, why not do it today since we didn't get a full-blown 2-hour workout in. Since we didn't get in a full-blown 2-hour workout, I'm like, okay, well, we can sit down and chit-chat for a little while. One of the things that I struggle, I'm really working on being vulnerable with you guys. I am working on letting you guys into my world a little bit more. I am a very private person. I've been private for several years now. I don't like to let anyone really know my business and what's going on. And I'm not the person who's going to like put my drama or whatever on Facebook. You know what I mean? But I do love having this YouTube channel because you guys really be helping me get through some stuff and helping me see different perspectives on things. And, you know, you guys y'all really be helping me. Y'all really do be helping me. I'm not going to give away too much information because I do feel like some things just deserve to be private. But I am just kind of struggling with keeping my energy high these past few days. These past few days, I would say maybe like the past week, the past like 7 days, I think. And it's like I know what the problem is, but it's hard to let it go, if that makes sense. It's hard to let it go because okay, Jazz. Okay. I think I still have my towel. Hold on, y'all. I might cut all that out. I don't know. We'll see. It's just been a lot going on. And one of the things I try to tell you guys is if something or someone is draining your energy, you have to let it go. You have to let it go. And sometimes that's really easy, and sometimes that's really hard. Because at the end of the day, you have to focus on you. And sure, things come up. Life be lifing, you know. People who are close to you go through things. And you trying to be a good person, you want to be there for them, right? Of course, as you should. But sometimes people's problems can really overwhelm you. And I think that's what I've been experiencing. I kind of brought it up a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember which video it was, but I brought it up a couple of weeks ago. And I thought I did a good job then of like separating myself. Like you have to be really good at listening to people's problems, but not letting it affect you, if that makes sense. But sometimes that's really hard to do because at the end of the day, we're human. And if it's someone that you care about, you know, sometimes their problems overwhelm you because you care about that person, right? Right. But I've noticed that this past week, it's just been a lot. And I've been trying to keep it together, you know, cry my tears, wipe my eyes, get back focused. But it comes a point where sometimes you just have to let things go. Like you just have to let it go. And I hate that, especially if you've been knowing this person for a long time. But you have to do what's best for you and your mental health. And you shouldn't allow yourself to feel bad about it, you know? And I think that's where I struggle, is because sometimes it's like I know the answer, like I know what the problem is, but I don't want to let it go. But you kind of have to let it go. And I have to be strong enough. I have to be strong enough to let it go. Because it's like, I'm trying to be there for them. But sometimes people just have to help themselves. And you can't help them because when you try to help them, you're hurting yourself. And right now I feel like I'm hurting myself. And this past week has been a lot. And the problem with it is, it's not even my problem. It's one thing when you're anxious and worried and it's, you know, your problems. But it's a problem when you're anxious and worried and it's not your problem. Like, it's really not your problem. So, I'm saying all this to say, I am in the process of removing myself out of somebody's life. Because it's very toxic. It's just very toxic. And it's like you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know they're going through a lot. But like I said, sometimes you have to let people help themselves. Like you can't be someone's punching bag. You can't do it. You can't do it. And no matter how much you care about that person, you can't do it. And like I said, it's hard. It's hard. But I can't keep being on this roller coaster with someone because they have a lot of stuff going on in their life and they want to take it out on people who are just trying to help them. So I think with all of that stuff going on, it's been hard for me to show up for myself this past week. And it's not like all day. It's like moments. Like right now, I'm having a moment. Yesterday, I had a moment. It's not like it's lasting all day long. But again, these aren't even my problems. And the fact that I'm having moments about problems that are not even my problems just let me know that that's a problem. And I can't and I don't want to continue to be a part of that. So, it is what it is. It sucks removing yourself from people that you care about. And it doesn't have to be forever, but I think for now, I think that it just is what it needs. It just is what it is. I feel better. I hate crying, you guys. I hate crying. But I notice that after a good cry, you start to feel a lot better. It's like you get it out. It's like, it's hard. It's really hard. It's really hard. And the old me would have let this situation cause me to overeat or cause me to drink or cause me to just do stuff that's not good for me. This version of me, I don't participate in that, but that doesn't mean it doesn't wear on me mentally. You know what I mean? Like, things still get to me. I work really hard to protect my peace and my mental health. But at the end of the day, sometimes things do get to me. Like, I'm human, I can only do what I can do. But, I recognize life is always gonna life. And it's okay to be there for people and to support people through what they're going through and give them words of encouragement. But if it's starting to wear on you, if it's starting to pull you down, if they're starting to treat you badly, then that's when it's time to go. So it's just something I've been dealing with on and off. But I can't keep allowing my energy to feel like this, So I don't know if it's like a cutoff or it's just a talk to you later. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna approach it, but I know that for now I can't deal with this person right now. So it just is what it is, But yeah, I will see you guys in my next YouTube video. Bye.